Okay, we're live. See my picture, the light is on, numbers are clicking down on my counter. All right. Um, okay, so I'm Verde Augusto. This is the Schumann Resonance Harmonics channel on Facebook and on YouTube. And thank you all for being here. I appreciate the comments. Thank you for the feedback. Um, we're doing the desktop capture, so there's no music. Um, However, I do want to have a discussion about tones and resonance. Um, this is a wonderful article that was pointed out to me by one of my subscribers on a post, and I wanted to share this because this particular topic is going to be related to the ringing sensation in the ears. I have dealt with this before from the perspective of an engineering perspective of magnetic induction. And so what we're talking about now is basically the concept that if they're related to the Schumann resonances, the ringing is related to the Schumann resonances as magnetics, you can get a pitch, you can get a predictable pitch or a tone from that, depending on where where it is, and other variables, whatever. But you should be able to get a predictable pitch out of it. So that's where I'm going with this here. I have other videos that I got to post, but I'm going to put this one out tonight because I think this is really fascinating. All right, so I'm going to read to you what the article says, and this is from a woman called Susan Alexander. All right, so it's OurSoundUniverse.com, and she talks about F sharp. If you Google F sharp, you will come up with almost 2 million possible references, mostly about Microsoft software and music theory. However, if you Google F sharp, Great Pyramid, Egypt, you get 380 pics. The Great Pyramid? What began as a fun hobby for me in the 1980s, collecting information about specific pitches, has turned into a dedicated treasure hunt. As a composer, I love all tones, including microtones, but there is something special about F sharp. This pitch holds a fascination. It keeps coming up. This article will focus on F and F sharp, which appear in the following places: the Great Pyramid, DNA, water, and the Schumann resonances, Vela X pulsar, crop circles, and in further references. All right, so let's listen to what this says. Wow, that's pretty wild. I'll have to listen to the video and see if that all came out. Hopefully this is good for you as it was for me. All right, so it says collecting the data, frequency. All right, so this is really important here. Frequency encompasses more than audible sound. If we enlarge our perspective to take in the fullest possible view of our vibrational world, then frequency can be just about anything: an angle, electromagnetic energy, thoughts, feelings, shapes, language. If we have a number for the frequency, such as an angle of 45 degrees, we can start to build data. This is admittedly a strange country, difficult to define or explain until our mindset adjusts to it. We have no overall template or blueprint to refer to, but the work I and many others do reveal that there are patterns which speak to us through these numbers. Math is often mythic. It tells stories, shows how things communicate, lends meaning. Numbers can show the hidden patterns of cosmic creation. Pattern number fascination is found today among artists, scientists, musicians, astronomers, and above all by those devotees of sacred geometry. I am indebted to all of them. Okay. And it says capturing F sharp. The most obvious source is to begin with that which we have agreed to call the pitch or tone of F sharp. I use the tuning scale where C equals 1 cycle per second or 1 hertz. The numbers on the scale are slightly flatter than the scale using C equals 1.03 and A equals 440. On the tuning chart where C equals 1, all F sharps fall in octaves on the following hertz numbers rounded off. Then you have 1.4, 2.8, 5.6, 11.25, 22.5, 45, 90, 180, 360, 72, 1440, etc. All right, so those are all hertz, those are all frequencies. An octave is a frequency either doubled or halved. So finding an actual tone mentioned in connection with sound on one of these octaves is then the first, most direct method. A second way to gather this tone involves a leap of faith into a view of our universe as pure vibration. This Nada Brahma, or the world is sound, cosmology has long been celebrated by ancient civilizations as India, China, Greece, and many others. It has resurfaced in our country as total holism, a perspective of interconnection, with the enthusiastic backing of much mainstream science. And if one suspends the usual restrictions on what we normally think of as vibration, then any energetic event, whether it is an audible tone or electromagnetic frequency, also measured in hertz, or time cycle or rhythm, etc., can be related to an actual sound as long as we have a number. For instance, 90 years can also be related to a vibration of 90, which, if it were sound, would correlate to an F sharp in our tuning chart. This is an abstract stretch, but an extremely valid way to build patterns, i.e. collect all the 90s you can find and see if they have commonalities. Do you have energies in common? Do they relate to similar things? Can they begin to tell a story? The third method, gematria, is an ancient art of profound integrity found in almost every established language of the world. Gematria is a method of assigning numbers to letters of the alphabet to measure energetic patterns. For example, A equals 1, B equals 2, etc. Languages such as Hebrew, Aramaic, Sanskrit, Arabic, even English have slightly different ways of doing this. I have taken the simplest method of going steadily through the alphabet, A equals 1, Z equals 26, but with an extra step, then I add up the numbers of a word and call that a hertz number or frequency. For example, thunder equals 20 plus 8 plus 21 plus 14 plus 4 plus 5 plus 18, and you guessed it, 90. F sharp. These three methods taken together form the database. Little bits here and there don't mean much, but like filings on a magnetic plate, they begin to collect and form a shape or In this author's vision, a tantalizing glimpse into the abstracted realm which forms the whole.